Xbox held their summer showcase on Sunday, June 7th, and were the third major showcase this season behind PlayStation's State of Play and Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. Both of those presentations were excellent this year, and I can confirm that Xbox kept that quality run going, as this one was a banger too. It was full of world premieres and major release dates. Let me summarize everything that was shown. If you enjoy this content, please leave a like, subscribe and share with your friends. If you don't like it, then leave a thumbs down and let me know how I can be better for you. With the housekeeping out of the way, let's dive into the showcase. Kicking off the show was Gears E-Day. We hadn't seen anything of this game yet outside of its cinematic reveal, and straight off the bat it looked gorgeous. As a side note, I love seeing Marcus and Dom in civilian clothing. It is still cover-to-cover shooting, but there is a lower cover option, and also the perspective seemed a little zoomed out, less over the shoulder and more third person. The perfect reload is also a slightly new system, with the bar appearing in the middle of the screen. This was an extended gameplay segment, but they also did a deep dive after the showcase, so go check that out if you want to see more. E-Day is a prequel to the first game and follows new unit Bravo team, which is comprised of Marcus and Dom, but also two brand new characters to the series. The big thing about Gears of War E-Day is that not only is it releasing soon on October 6th, but it is going to be an Xbox console exclusive, showing another shift in strategy for Xbox as they pivot away from multi-platform releases under this new leadership. Fable showed up next, and we got a story trailer about a presumable villain named Isabel, played by Hayley Atwell. She has a hatred towards the hero, and her motivations seem to go against what they are trying to do. Elsewhere, we got to see more of this gorgeous land and of course glimpses of the great British humour they have incorporated. I truly believe Fable is going to be a generational game when it launches on February 23rd, 2027. Rounding out the Three Horsemen was Halo Campaign Evolved. This was a huge start to this presentation with your three biggest Xbox IPs. This trailer announced the three new story missions focused around Sergeant Johnson and Chief. It's nice to know there will be added content considering this remake is solely the campaign and not the multiplayer aspect. It's also clear to see how unbelievably stunning this game is. Halo Studios recently moved to Unreal Engine 5, and I have to say that it looks so much better. This is coming much earlier than I expected, as it releases this summer on July 28th. A game that is taking a new turn for the series is Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy. This is a prequel with a new protagonist set 15 years before the events of the other two games. This protagonist, Sophia, was raised in a gang, and so she knows how to fight, and what we see in the trailers is gritty, brutal, close combat with dual daggers. It looks sick. This is in stark contrast to the previous games, which centered heavily around stealth. Even though it feels and looks very different, it will still incorporate all the lore established in A Plague's Tale. This one drops on August 27th. Persona 4 Revival was revealed at an Xbox event, so it's only fitting that it should get its release date at 1/2. This is a full remake of visuals, UI, battle and events, much like Persona 3 Reload was. This particular entry is almost like a murder mystery with a team of characters investigating corpses that appear suddenly. I love a turn-based JRPG, and I especially love both Persona 5 and Metaphor ReFantazio, so this one is a must play. Persona 4 Revival looks as stylish as could be expected, and it releases on February 18th, 2027. A game that a lot of people were getting concerned over the silence was State of Decay 3. It finally showed up here, and to my surprise, it looks pretty smooth with no jank. This open world survival game can be experienced solo or in a shared world with up to 4-player co-op. Battle the zombies, build a settlement, craft and scavenge, with everything feeling enhanced from the previous entry. New to State of Decay 3 are plague nests, which act as dynamic shifting combat challenges for players to try their hand at. State of Decay 3 is coming in 2027. Sea of Thieves is getting a free update called Custom Seas to make your own custom games on June 18th. Appearing with its gameplay reveal was Metro 2039. This is set in a period where the people are united under one leader, Hunter, who is a character from the books. The Metro series always has a nice blend of gunplay, survival crafting, scarcity and stealth. The gunplay in this trailer particularly looked incredible. The visuals are impressive, the monsters look haunting, everything they showed ticked all the boxes for me. Metro 2039 drops in February 2027. Bad Magpie is an adventure game where you play as a titular character causing chaos with a stylized art direction. It's dropping in 2027. Wolong Dynasty 2 Wings of Ember was also announced for 2027. Lead, recruit, build, fight, survive by making a cult and join us. This madness can be experienced in single player or up to 4-player co-op and releases in March 2027. Super unexpected by me was Ninja Theory showing up with a brand new game. Senua seems to be continuing the story of Hellblade, but without the franchise heading. These games are visual and audio masterclasses in craftsmanship, but have been criticized for not having much gameplay. Senua seems to bridge this gap as we saw a lot of active combat, so much so it seemed to be the focus of the whole trailer. I am a fan of both Hellblade games, so this is an exciting prospect for me when Senua releases in 2027. Fallout 76 had a promo for free daily rewards, and then we saw the story expansion for Doom: The Dark Ages. Revelation strips Doomguy of his armor as he gets trapped in a purgatory. Fighting to escape across new levels, he also gets a chain spear weapon. This is equipped in the offhand, the same hand as the shield, but can do more powerful moves. It can still parry like the shield, but also be thrown to impale enemies, propel Doomguy forward, or just be used as a good old-fashioned stabbing stick. Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations is dropping on July 7th. One of Sega's pre-announced projects, Crazy Taxi, finally made an appearance. It was set to That Offspring song that will make many nostalgic. This is being touted as a new game rather than a remake, but it still looks like it plays the same. The story campaign will take you across 5 unique international cities. This title will also include multiplayer racing, car customization, and a revamped classics mode. However, to many people's surprise, including my own, Crazy Taxi World Tour was given the vague release year of 2027 when I very much expected it to be later this year. The most gorgeous Xbox was then revealed. Xbox Series X X25 edition is a Series X that is styled off the translucent green of the original Xbox. It looks fantastic. Age of Empires 4 is getting an expansion this fall called Raiders of the North, Minecraft Dungeons 2 is releasing September 29th, and then my award for most creative idea of the show went to Magician's The Devil's Deal. This is a first-person narrative-driven action game where the protagonist wields magic through a magician's wand and tricks associated with the profession. For example, there are a lot of playing card-based attacks. It is set in a world called Theatreland, which is a reimagining of Victorian London, and the stylized visuals look as great as the gameplay does. Magician's The Devil's Deal drops sometime in 2027. First-person Souls-like set in a fictional mirror of the Napoleonic Wars, Valor Mortis, got its release date here. This game looks incredible to me. It's a cross between Souls-like and Bioshock with first-person sword and gunplay with magic abilities twisted in. The dark setting is plagued with truly monstrous beings and gore. They also announced that famed actor Vincent Cassel will be voicing Napoleon. Valor Mortis was releasing on September 24th, but it's since been moved to October 13th due to how stacked that month is. Elder Scrolls Online got its obligatory place and announced that the Thieves Guild returns in July. Flight Sim is having an update pack that focuses on US national parks and air races. Where Winds Meet is available on Xbox now for the very first time, and then we got another release date. This time it was for Castlevania Belmont's Curse. This 2D action platformer is set in Paris and follows Rose Belmont, daughter of Trevor Belmont. You will have a whip for fluid traversal, weapons that span 7 distinct categories and vary playstyles, and several legendary bosses. These bosses will turn into Arcana once defeated, allowing Rose to use their power. The gothic visuals look great, the combat looks great, and the whip looks really fun. This is an immediate pickup for me when Castlevania Belmont's Curse drops on October 15th. Vivarium was an intriguing game animated in a cel-shaded anime art style similar to a Ghibli film. It is being described on the Xbox Wire as a life sim adventure, and they had this to say about the reveal. The reveal offered a first look at the cozy slice of life gameplay, dynamic time system, and some of the peculiar residents that bring its explorable terrarium world to life. It also teased some of the mysteries waiting to be uncovered in Vivarium's non-linear narrative, which is shaped by players' choices. Vivarium is arriving sometime in 2027. Persona 6 got a cinematic reveal which could have been a big hype moment, but it was short, didn't show anything, and had no release date. Then, Toys for Bob got to reveal their brand new Spyro game. Spyro A Realm Beyond is the first original outing for the Purple Dragon in 20 years. This is a brand new world to explore, and the developers said that sense of discovery is core to this adventure. To help with that discovery is true dragon flight. What this means is that for the first time Spyro can fly at any point without limits, whereas in the previous titles he could only glide. This opens up many possibilities for the 3D platformer. The original voice actor, Tom Kenny, returns to play the titular character, which I'm sure will lean into that nostalgia for us millennials. We don't know much about this game yet, but I'm sure we'll see much more ahead of its release in spring 2027. The standout game from last year's showcase was Clockwork Revolution, and that showed up again here. This trailer focused on the side characters and companions, as well as how much the time travel can interact with and transform the world. This first-person steampunk RPG from developers In Exile looks to be something you need to pay attention to. There's a lot of customization, lots of player agency, lots of spanning side quests, and to top it all off, interesting characters and a fantastic British humour. Clockwork Revolution was also announced as an Xbox console exclusive, meaning that this and Gears are leading the way for the new future of Xbox when it drops in 2027. And lastly, to end the show, they did the same bad move as last year by showing Call of Duty. It feels a little tone deaf for this kind of show. But anyway, Modern Warfare 4 was here showcasing the return of their DMZ mode, which is effectively an extraction mode. If that sounds like it interests you, then go check it out. That's it. That's everything we saw at the Xbox showcase for 2026, and I thought it was excellent. There were loads of gameplay reveals, release dates that hit this year, world premieres for third parties like Persona 6 and Crazy Taxi. All in all, a very good time. All the shows this season have been really good, so please check out my videos of Summer Game Fest and Sony's State of Play. Xbox weren't the final major showcase, as Nintendo held one on Tuesday, which I will do a breakdown video of soon. If you want to check out my other stuff, then spy the channel for my reviews of Pragmata and Mixtape. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Xbox's show, and for everything else Casual Gamer, keep it here. Peace and love.